Yep. Wow. Hello, TCI family. Jonathan's Refuge. Come on in. Miss Heather's coming in there. Everybody, so you can see me. This is our group. Welcome. We're going to be talking today. The message, we're coming to you from up in Birch Bay with all of our leadership and our managers and our, these are the leaders that are helping sculpt the men that come through our organization. And sometimes we don't realize how we as leaders impact the world. You just don't think about it when you sometimes blow a person off. That might be the last time that person ever speaks to someone before they kill themselves. You don't realize that that person that was trying to touch base with you today needed someone to talk to. And you were the person that could have taken action to help change someone's lives. And so today we were discussing taking massive action in our lives so that we could make change in others' lives, because they see us as living examples. They watch us and each one of us grow. And then as we do better in our own personal lives, people go, hey, Mike, hey, that's really cool. I noticed you did this great thing. That's really nice. How'd you do that? And then it gives him a chance to show that leadership training. Or, Miss Heather, someone sees her and they're like, how do you always do that? You seem to always do this really well. And that's one of the nice things that this allows you as a person to impact the world, but you're not focused on impacting the world. You're focused on impacting and changing you. So we're going to be talking about massive change. And I'm going to go over a couple notes real quick and go through them real fast. Massive action involves feeding your mind, number one. It also talks about strengthening your body, finding role models, and surrounding yourself with the right people. I'm surrounded by people that hold me accountable. I don't know who's in your life that helps you stay accountable, but I have executive team members and leadership that are surrounding me right now in this, whatever you want to call it, window sill, overlooking the Puget Sound of the ocean behind us, right next to Canada. And I know that right now, jokingly, if I was to inform my team here that I was going to take a break and head up to the Canadian border, they would all tackle me right now and hold me down, because we're not going to bail you out of the Canadian prison system, because I'm not allowed to cross the Canadian border anymore. They don't like it when you punch one of their Border Patrol officers. They take it kind of serious. And so, wait a second. Does that mean Canada is also not just letting immigrants in? Because that means I'm an immigrant. Okay, I'm not going to get started. I'm getting into the politics. I'm kidding. My point to you is this. I'm surrounded by people who would take action towards me because they love me. Who do you have in your life? If you don't, that's somewhere we need to start with in this message. How do you hold yourself accountable? Anybody here got tips on how you can hold yourself accountable? Speak up. No.
I text JB.
You just heard Cameron. He uses a buddy system. It's a great system. Buddy systems work. The man you see next to me right now, we did time together in prison. We had a buddy system. And even though we're big guys, we were a lot bigger. And how did we lose weight? Mike, what time tomorrow are we going to walk? Yards at 3 o'clock. So you want me to see downstairs at 2:45 or 2:50? No, JB, can we do it at actually an hour before that? And maybe we could do a pre-warm up in the day room. Oh, cool. So we made a goal and a plan to get that goal. And that goal helped us accomplish our dream. So that's the same buddy system that Cam just brought up. Anybody else got an idea on ways to help ourselves stay accountable? I can tell you one. Journals.
Yeah.
I journal all the time. So if you go look over here, you can't see it, but I'm going to grab it because I really want it. Miss Heather has journals. Now, I can't read at all anyways. I'm barely educated. But with glasses, I can see everything. And she breaks down every little detail. And I'm like, when I go into my meetings, I'm like, hey, Paul, so what we talked about last week? And then Heather's like, that's not what you talked about last week. What do you mean it's not what I talked about? And there's like 5,000 little notes on this. And then you might say, JB, that's not really those. No, that's actually how she does it. So she does something that I learned a long time ago, but she's so much superior, above and beyond my realm. It allows you to remember things because we don't remember everything. I remember I love Paul. I remember he's my friend. I remember He loves racing. I know details. Now, my memory's not so good because of the strokes. Which racers? I think I could tell you one of them, but the truth is, I honestly would be wrong because I've done it before on other days when I've gone out to the racetracks with them and I didn't remember it. So for me, if I journal a detail like that, it would help me. So it allows me to talk. Well, Miss Heather then reminds me. So your goals need to be written down to take this massive action. Massive action is what's going to get you to drop 200 pounds. Massive action is what's going to help you to get off of meth, heroin, and those things we say like it's no biggie. That actually is the easy stuff. And I know you're going to say I'm wrong on that. Actually, I'm not. It's easier to get you off of heroin and meth and stuff because society and everyone around us is going to say, like, by show of hands, anyone think meth and heroin is a great idea? Okay. By show of hands, how many people smoke and drink? No, don't raise your hands. Let's be honest. Because guess what? It's acceptable to drink, right? So it's okay to go out and drink alcohol. It's legal to have tobacco. I'm a huge cigar fan, so I'll be the one waving my biggest hand, probably two of them. That's harder to quit. So how do you do it? You got to take massive action. So accountability has got to be one of your big things you've got to work on. Now, you can deal with when it comes to massive action, and I'm curious because you've got wherever your energy is flowing or your focus is going, your energy is going to flow. Do you guys agree?
Right, correct.
So if I'm focused on Tyler, and we all at our firm have a joke about Tyler. Tyler's what we call homie know me. Okay. He came to this actual house at our annual board members meeting, the board of directors meeting, and he had a little hat on and he looked like a gnome. The way his beard and goatee came down, he looked like a Dutch gnome, not just a gnome, but a Dutch gnome, which there's a whole funny story behind the Dutch thing. But anyways, so we started calling him homie know me. And now at GCS, we're having these heads made home gnomies, little gnomes, but we're going to call them homie gnomies. And we're going to make it a whole finance thing and we're going to raise money with it. And so if you look at Tyler and you try to see the homie know me in Tyler, you can see it. You can find it. But you can find other things in Tyler. I found a great brother. We're not blood brothers, but he's my brother by all means. He actually has power of attorney over me. Power of medical attorney, which is the scary thing, because that means he could have me, what do you call that, locked up or committed. You look a little too happy when you said that. You guys, do you see what your bishop goes through here? This is really a tough group. I called it my leadership team. Maybe it's my imprisonment team. But
we'll see how it goes.
Here's the thing. You can see a little bit of different things inside of Tyler if you look. Now, if I want to focus on one of them, the brother, great boss. I can also tell you bad things about him because we're brothers. And if I just focus on his bad aspects, if all I talk about is his bad aspects, and guess what he is? I'm his brother. So trust me, he can tell you about the different aspects of JB and Rev versus the bishop versus this guy. Just like I can talk about homie know me, and I can talk about, there's a lot of personality in this young man that most people don't know. Like the time when I saw some men in his yard attacking him. And I was like, what? And I came running out there to go kill some people, literally. I had a gun on me. And no, they're out there with sticks that they use duct tape and wrapped. And I'm sitting there going, I am so lost. You are grown men. And you're playing like my 6-year-old. And they're like, it's fun. And I'm like, I came out with a gun to kill these guys because my brother was getting beat up in his front yard. I'm not getting beat up. I'm putting the whooping on. Different personalities, right? So if all he focused on was me, he's seen me in some bad places. He's seen me through divorces, prison, loss of a lot, a child. So if all he focused on was the negative, you guys don't know. I've seen him do some stuff. Then that's all you'll ever see. And if all he focuses is on that negative in me, then his energy is only going to pour into that. And then our relationship will become toxic. And if I look at Mike, and Mike does the same thing to me, or I do the same to Mike, it's all you see. I'll only make one comment and I won't make Paul talk. Paul's like Miss Heather. They don't like talking on the television channel. But if all I ever focused on was the first things that I thought and saw of Paul, we wouldn't be friends. And then I saw a really nice guy that when you ask for help was always willing to help, like literally. Like guys like, man, I've got to get to the store and get a prescription. All right, man, give me 10 minutes. I'll meet you outside. Huh. Okay, grumpy old guy ain't grumpy. He's got a little warm heart in there. Like if you hug the snowman, it would melt. Like that kind of warmth. It's still on a rough shell. I ain't gonna lie to you. The expression on the face sometimes you walk up like, oh no, this isn't a good day. But it really is a good day. If I only focus on that negative, it'll never be a good day. So your action, the massive action you have to take it in a way that is all of your energy is going where you're focusing, and be careful where you're focusing. Well, I'm focusing on my spouse. I'm focusing on my partner. Okay, if I'm focusing on my partner, well, I am focusing on her because I need her to understand she's messy. She can't clean up the bathroom. She can't clean up the hallway. What is wrong with you? I'm focusing. And you know what's about to happen? She's about to focus on me. And then what happens, guys? All of our energy is flowing to that focus. So now all I see when I walk in the bathroom is what? A mess. But what I didn't see was that next to the toilet is assembled and put together. Somebody took the time to put this extra toilet paper rack that has extra stuff and all kinds of little things that somebody complains that they never have. And someone took the time to do that. But oh, I didn't see that because there's clothes on the floor. You see what I did? I put my focus on only a negative thing, and I couldn't even see the positive thing that was sitting there. And then all I focus on is that. And if you think your stuff doesn't stink, trust me, just wait 5 minutes and she informed me of what stunk. So things happen like that. And that's just friends. That's just people that are friends. What about your children that love you? How are you guys to them? I got kids. Paul's got kids. Tyler's got kids. Mike has kids. Heather has kids. These three possibly have children in other locations. Mexico, possibly. A lot of kids. Have you guys ever thought Croatia? I love you guys. I'm sorry. That was awesome. He's learning his sense of humor. It's great. It's just at the wrong time, especially on the church channel. So, all kidding aside, gosh, children. You guys have an obligation to your kids. No, I don't. They're 18. You do. The second you chose or didn't choose, the second you put that egg and that seed together, you made a choice. And that is your responsibility. And it doesn't stop at 18. What is the responsibility? Legally, it's until you're 18, absolutely. And then you might get me 6 months out the door, and then you come visit from time to time. 48 hours is my policy. Come stay as much as you want every 6 months for 48 hours. And so, but all the truth of the matter when it comes to kids is this: you have an obligation to live an example of a life worthy of them to want to aspire to be like. That is an obligation we as humans have. But more, especially if you have children. And folks, I don't speak to one of my sons because we don't have a relationship anymore. I don't speak to the other one because we don't have a relationship and he's in prison on murder. I can't speak to the other one unless I talk to him via heaven because he's not here. I have the ability to not communicate. So what does it matter then? Here, it does matter, guys. What if you're walking down the street and you're being a jerk? And that's the one time your child who you haven't seen in so many years saw you. Is that the opening scene you want? Oh, that's my dad. Oh, that's my dad assaulting that guy. Oh, that's my dad flipping off an old lady. Oh, that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? Or is it going to be, is that my dad helping that old lady across the street? Is that my dad opening a door for that elderly person? Is that my dad? So you have an obligation to your kids, but it goes beyond that. In Freemason, they teach this beautiful lesson when I first joined the Masons. We have an obligation to mankind, more especially another brother. And so Tyler and me, as fraternal brothers, I have an obligation to all of mankind and my brother. But we just focus on the brother. So I hope hyper focus on my child. You, Mike, hyper focuses on Mike Jr., your family. First things everyone does it. You all do it. Before you think of everyone else, you think of your two little ones before you think of anyone else in this group.
Absolutely.
And we all do it, and we should. It's an instant priority in your life. Okay. But you still have an obligation to take massive action in your life to show you can change and lead, so that someone who doesn't really know you, Big Mike, or doesn't really know Tyler or Cam or any of us, who doesn't know us, but they see us in live example on the street. I've been justified to punch people in the face and break their face because they assaulted me. Now, did I go further than I should have? Absolutely. You bet. This one time guy punched me in the face out of nowhere. Man, I broke that guy's head open.
Yeah.
Justified? 100% correct. Legally, did the right thing, defended myself. But I was a pro fighter once, which means I know how to hurt someone. So did I really have to go to that extreme? Could I have not cracked the skull open? Yes, I could have. I didn't. That was an example not worthy of me, because God lives in me. And that's not worthy of God and anyone around me, which has God living in them. That's not an example I would be proud for my nephew to see. And so I won't model that. And that's taking massive action. That's me taking massive action so that this young man won't follow in that step. Well, I know what my uncle's going to do. He's going to beat him up, smack him, break his eyes, break his nose, and then crack his skull and go, yeah. That's not the massive action you want, because that is massive action, but it's massive action in the wrong direction. Anybody got anything to add to that? All right, guys, we love you so much. Thank you for letting us come out to you and the church. I know a lot of you guys watch. There's a couple of houses out in Ghana where they actually have about 20 people now that are actually following us out there. Ghana is a special place to me. I was knighted by the king for our humanitarian work there, and we're doing a lot more this coming year. We're possibly going to go out there and help with the orphanage, something near and dear to my heart. Come out and see us, guys. We're in Marysville. We love you all so much. Let me run up here to smile and say goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
Bye. If I can figure out how to turn it off. All right. Oh, there it is. End stream. That one's awesome. That's